Hello everyone, I'm back with another exciting video for people who are interested in moving to Canada. Everything you need to know about immigrating to Canada. The process of immigrating to Canada can seem overwhelming, especially if you're unfamiliar with all the rules and regulations involved. However, this video will provide an overview of how you can immigrate to Canada, where to start your immigration paperwork, and how to ensure that you don't forget any critical steps along the way. It's easier than you think. How to apply. If you want to immigrate to Canada, there are two ways you can apply: through an express entry or by applying for permanent residence through a Canadian immigration office. For example, if you're a temporary foreign worker in Canada who wants to become a permanent resident, through express entry, you submit an expression of interest via an online profile. If your expression of interest is approved and meets certain conditions, you will have 1 year from your invitation date to apply for permanent residence. But the best way to migrate is through express entry. Introduced in 2015, Canada Express Entry has been a successful immigration pathway for applicants from across the country to settle in Canada. In any case, the applicants must follow a mandatory procedure to receive an invitation to apply, ITA, before applying for a Canada PR. Requirements you need to meet. The Canadian immigration points system determines Canadian permanent residency, and you must score enough points in order to qualify for PR. The selection factors are divided into 6 categories, with the level of education being one of them. You must meet 4 levels. 1. 0 to 29 points, 2. 30 to 49 points, 3. 50 to 64 points, 4. and 65 or more. These cutoffs will be different every year, so check Immigration Canada's Federal Skilled Worker, FSW, draw predictions in order not to miss your chance of Canadian permanent residency. Steps to apply for the express entry. 1. Submission of documents and transcripts for Educational Credential Assessment, ECA. Before everything, you need to undergo Education Credential Assessment. Generally, this step is done to check that your foreign documents are valid and equal to a Canadian degree. 2. Your IELTS, International English Language Testing System. The next step is to clear your IELTS exam. This is to check your communication skills in English, and the minimum CRS score is 7 to pass the exam. 3. Express Entry Profile. If the above 2 steps are completed well, it's the right time to create your express entry profile. This step requires your ECA report and IELTS certificate. You will also be asked to provide specific personal details to finish the process. 4. Invitation to apply. Now, this is the stage where you have entry express draws. Usually, it takes place every 2 to 3 weeks. You should be able to meet the CRS cutoff to get the ITA. Once you get the invitation to apply, you will be asked to produce all the essential documents like PCC, police clearance certificate, medical certificates, biometrics, proof of funds, scanned copy of passport, digital photographs, proof of employment, if received a work offer letter, and the immigration fees. 5. Apply for a PR. After successfully submitting and verifying the documents, you will receive a confirmation of permanent residence, COPR, and visa stamping. Then guess what? The PR card will be sent to your residential address once you land in Canada. These are a few simple steps usually done when applying for Canadian immigration. What you should do after you get a job offer. Once you've got a job offer, it's crucial to ensure you won't need a work permit before starting. The path to obtaining one is complex and depends on your citizenship status. For example, citizens of countries like New Zealand and Australia are eligible for an express entry permit, which allows them to come live and work in Canada if they qualify as skilled workers. This can be accomplished through a provincial nominee program or by applying through Ottawa's economic immigration programs, e.g., Federal Skilled Worker Program. If you don't fall into either of these categories, contact an immigration consultant specializing in Canadian immigration law for assistance with your situation. The timing of your application. Most applicants file their applications well in advance of their eligible year. How much time do you have? If you're unsure, don't fret. There are several ways you can check if your profile is eligible. The first is Canada's Federal Skilled Worker, FSW, Draw News, and the second is Express Entry Canada 2022 Express Entry Canada Immigration 2022. Your current language proficiency. Do you meet one of Canada's official language requirements? Even if your first language isn't English or French, there are many options for demonstrating basic proficiency in another language. When filling out your application, using an official standardized test from Languages Canada or TELUQ test is best. Either will allow CIC officials to assess your score against their benchmark for that specific language. Moving your stuff. Moving is always stressful, whether traveling across town or the ocean. Moving from one country to another can be even more difficult and expensive. To avoid any potential challenges with your move, make sure that you check out all of your options before signing any paperwork. There are many ways for people looking to relocate to Canada in 2022 can do so. Work permits, working holiday visas, student visas, and permanent residency through family members. Each has its eligibility requirements and restrictions. For example, a work permit is only available if you find an employer willing to sponsor you. This means that it may be a while before you can move if you need one of these types of visas. Be ready for the citizenship test. Canada's citizenship test is not easy. It's one of the most difficult in North America, but you don't have to be a genius or even know a lot about Canada, though it certainly doesn't hurt to pass. All you need is preparation and a good foundation of knowledge. Do your best, and no one is perfect. Canada welcomes skilled workers and entrepreneurs. As part of its 2016 immigration plan, Canada will accept 300,000 new permanent residents from around the world, up from 260,000. This represents a 13% increase over 2015's target. Furthermore, Canada is looking for skilled immigrants with work experience in their fields, and international students who have completed post-secondary studies in Canada with at least 2 years of full-time study, or abroad with at least 8 years of full-time study. Under its immigration levels plan, Canada is now looking to welcome over 430,000 new immigrants each year, the highest level in its history. Canada's immigration goals are to strengthen the economy, reunite families, and help refugees. Acquire all the help you can get. The rules for immigrating to Canada can be tricky, so you should reach out to as many resources as possible when planning your move. Canada works with provincial and federal offices, each of which has its own set of rules and criteria that must be met to approve your application. It can get overwhelming, but all you need is a good set of resources on hand, so you know where to look for answers. Canada has some of the most specific immigration laws in North America. If you're a qualified candidate and have decided that Canada is where you want to be, there are 3 steps you can take. First, get your paperwork in order. Second, file your application at one of Canadian embassies. And third, wait for approval. It's important to remember that while it might not feel like it now, moving across an ocean or borders can be nerve-wracking. With patience and perseverance, though, settling into Canada is easy. Best of luck. We hope everything goes as planned. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoy this video, and please remember to like and subscribe to my channel.